You know, Atlanta, Georgia is just a couple of hours away from me, and I had people calling in overnight to report Black Hawk helicopters just a few short days ago, hours in the grand scheme of things. And they said that these Black Hawks were hitting from building to building. They suspected, the call-ins suspected, that there was a operation taking place, maybe something to do with immigration enforcement or some sort of terrorist activity. But we did just have the Atlanta Police Department and some local news outlets say that these Black Hawk helicopters were taking part of a military operation. They say this was a nighttime urban training operation at one of the helipads and HQ centers. Now, if they're training for urban operations using Black Hawk helicopters, what do you think they're training for? We have seen the military say that they were getting quick reaction forces to quell social unrest ready. We have seen the U.S. government, led by Donald Trump and the Department of War's Pete Hegseth, saying that they were prepared for 2026 to be a time of chaos. We have seen Stephen Miller of the U.S. government say that chaos is the great harbinger of change. So I think the government is getting ready for something much bigger to happen, and I think that we are going to be left in the dark until it does.
I keep telling y'all, stop eating these processed foods. It's going to mess around and send you to your maker. So apparently the truth about Campbell's soup is out. And allegedly they've been selling chicken that ain't chicken. You heard what I just said? The chicken that they're putting in the soup, allegedly that chicken is not chicken.
So this is some video coming out of a CEO or a COO of Campbell's Soup. Now, you know Campbell's Soup, it's a staple in canned foods. You can't go into a store or grocery store without seeing it. This person leaked this video. This is a whistleblower. And this person leaked this video showing that they are, the COO or the CEO was discussing 3D printed fake meat going into Campbell's Soup.
Look at this shit. Listen to this shit.
Poor people. Who buys our shit?
You heard that?
Let me read it to you. He says, "We have junk for freaking poor people who buy this junk." That's the employee discussing the supervisor's remarks.
You heard that?
Then he says, "I don't buy freaking Campbell's products anymore. It's not healthy. What I know," he continues, "is what's in it. Even in a can, just look at it. Bioengineered meat."
You hear that?
I don't want to eat them.
They say, "I don't want to eat freaking bioengineered meat or a piece of chicken that comes off of a 3D printer." Now let's take a quick look, because you might be saying, well, maybe this isn't real. Maybe this is, fake information. Campbell's Soup whistleblower. So here you go. Campbell's Soup whistleblower. VP, the vice president, mocked 3D printed chicken inside of Campbell's Soup. The recording was made by a former employee, Robert Garza, during a meeting with the vice president. They say that no one buys the products because they know what's in it. They don't want bioengineered meat. I don't want to eat a piece of chicken that came from a 3D printer. This is shocking admission that they are poisoning your food supply.
I'm going to make it very clear, and this goes to you, Senator Mark Kelly, and all you treasonous individuals that want to side with him and try to plant the seed of doubt into our military men's mind. If you try to undermine the power of the president, you should be arrested for treason. We do not need and cannot afford in this country people to undermine hundreds of years of tradition of our U.S. military taking orders from the executive branch, our president.
So this is another individual discussing what has been said over the last couple of days, in which members of the U.S. government explicitly told servicemen and women to deny the orders of their commanding officers. They said to question every order based on what they perceive as its legality. When pressed, each one of these people who made these maybe seditious, maybe treasonous remarks had to admit that no illegal orders have been given.
I've got a lot of friends that have commercial driver's licenses. That is a very difficult exam. The training there for a commercial driver's license is very difficult for American citizens who speak English. How exactly, in many of these states, California especially, are these truck drivers passing an exam, a very difficult exam, when they can't even speak English?
I can tell you how. There is somebody who is taking money and taking the test for them and then handing them off the driver's license. This is a corrupt system. It happens all over the place.
Let's get to the content of what you had in that video you released, because there are also 15 House Republicans who are also veterans who released a video, including a retired 3-star Marine Corps General, Jack Bergman. Take a listen to this.
Troops, listen up. Any service member who refuses a lawful order is subject to court-martial for violating the Uniform Code of Military Justice.
We study what's lawful and what's not lawful, and the Democrats stunt insinuating that they're illegal or unconstitutional orders. It's downright dangerous.
It is corrosive. It is meant to...
So this is video discussing, this is from the Republican side, that the Democrat government leaders who were telling troops to explicitly deny the orders or question every orders in their command chain, that's going to lead us to civil unrest, military unrest, a coup. This is the second such event in just a couple of days, folks. If you have a tree lighting, a Christmas tree lighting thing in your area, I'm going to give you a suggestion not to go to it unless you're going to be on your highest level of alert. This is the second smoking at these events that has happened, and I'm sure you know what I mean by smoking. This is the second such event in just 3 days. 2 different states apart. We have to watch this, and that's part of what I do here for you, is I watch to see if this is a bigger trend, if something like this is going to keep happening across the country. We have to just keep a close eye on this. More video of that Campbell's Soup situation.
Legal. Let's talk right now. Do you believe President Trump has issued any illegal orders?
Listen to how they avoid answering this question.
To my knowledge.
Now, you see this post was reposted by J.D. Vance. That's the Vice President of the United States of America. J.D. Vance says if the president hasn't issued illegal orders, then members of Congress telling the military to defy the president is, by definition, illegal.
I am not aware of things that are illegal, but certainly there are some legal gymnastics that are going on with these Caribbean strikes and everything related to Venezuela.
So if they're not aware of anything illegal, why are they out there telling the troops to not follow through with illegal orders?
Almost 1,000 NGOs, non-government organizations working out of Afghanistan. I had Marco Rubio in committee, and I asked him, we're giving the Taliban 40 million. This is just an example. 40 million a week. 2 years I've been working on this. I got a freaking memo from the dadgum State Department, and they're no friends of mine. They're no friends of this country. That's the deep state. There ever was one. They've told us that we've given them close to $5 billion. And we're still doing it because it goes to the NGO.
So what they're talking about is what happened during the Biden administration, in which there were 8,000 reported pardons. There were lots of legal money transfers taking place. Now, you know that I did a little bit of snooping around during that time period, and we did see some very funny business with the money. But you rock that boat, a lot of other people are going to fall off. This is Lee Kuan Yew, the founding father of Singapore. I want you to hear what, and this was an actual video. This was on Charlie Rose. I think it was 1990s. Listen to what he says about immigration for the United States of America. And then listen to what he says about what was actually happening.
and immigrants has been America's strength.
Absolutely. But mind you, immigration of the highly intelligent and highly hardworking, very hardworking people. If you get immigration of the fruit pickers, you may not get very far.
Now, remember, this was a different time. He even laughs at the discussion that he says where if you get, but what he's trying to say is if you get immigrants into your country who are very intelligent, who are bringing skills, engineering, technology that you don't have access to, that's great. If you get the bottom end of immigration, where it's all people willing to do very bottom foundation level jobs for cheaper, then your country falls apart. And I think you know which direction the United States of America went, because that's what we're dealing with today. Folks, you're watching Full Spectrum Survival, where I doom scroll so that you don't have to. Let's get on another live show very soon. Make sure you check back the playlist that we have put together with the last live shows. From my family to yours, please stay safe and, of course, keep watch.